Okay, so for those, you know, who have learned it in school, I'll just unshare my screen. I'll check the answer with you all, and then I'll present my screen. Yeah. So tell me the coordinates of the, okay. Yeah, okay. So tell me the coordinate of the triangle formed, children, by the 3 lines. Tell me the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these 3 lines. Yes, please answer.
Ma'am, I got 1 comma minus 2, a 6 comma.
1 minute. 1 comma minus 2. Okay, then
6 comma 8 and 0 comma minus 4.
Ma'am,
I think I have sent you the pictures. It's a PDF.
Oh, I didn't check my phone. 1 second. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. No, Aniruddhan, your graph, one of the 2 lines is correct. One of the 3 lines is correct. 4x plus 3y minus 24 is equal to 0. That you got it right. The other 2 lines, one more line I see, the other line I don't see.
Because the other line is near my 0 comma minus 4, so that it will go in that line, that origin line itself.
Okay, okay. No,
So I
not
did
like
not
that.
mention that.
No, I'll tell you. Okay. So this is how the graph looks, children. I'll just zoom in. See the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed. 3 comma 4. This is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. And this is the line. 4x plus 3y minus 24 is equal to 0. And you can see that the line 4x plus 3y minus 24 is equal to 0 cuts the x-axis at 6 comma 0 and the y-axis at 0 comma 8. This is called the x-intercept, where the line cuts the x-axis is called the x-intercept, and where the line cuts the y-axis is called the y-intercept. Intercept, I-N-T-E-R-C-E-P-T. 6 comma 0 is the x-intercept, and 0 comma 8 is the y-intercept of the line 4x plus 3y minus 24 is equal to 0. Then this line 2x minus, I've shared my screen. It's visible to all of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this line 2x minus y minus 2 is equal to 0 has its x-intercept at 1 comma 0. See here this line 2x minus y minus 2 is equal to 0. This line has its x-intercept at 1 comma 0 and y-intercept at 0 comma minus 2. See here, it cuts the y-axis here. It cuts the y-axis here and the x-axis here. And the third line is y plus 4 is equal to 0. Y plus 4 is equal to 0. Now this line is parallel to the x-axis. So it will not have an x-intercept. It will only have a y-intercept. The third line, y plus 4 is equal to 0, is this one. This is the line given by the equation y plus 4 is equal to 0. And you see that it's parallel to the x-axis. So it only has the y-intercept. Because it doesn't intersect the x-axis anywhere. It's parallel to the x-axis. So it doesn't meet the x-axis anywhere. And the y-intercept is this point. This is the y-intercept, where the line crosses or intersects the y-axis. This one. This is the y-intercept. 0, minus 4. So this is the formation of the three lines. And the three lines enclose a triangle. The coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed are 3, 4. This point. What is this point? Minus 1, minus 4. This one. This point. See, that question is not asked. The question is to just make a graph of the three equations. We are trying to answer this question. Write the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed. So that's not a part of the question. So 3, 4, and you can see the vertex here. Minus 1, minus 4. And then here, what is this? 9, minus 4. 9, minus 4, this one. Not this triangle, not this triangle. See, I've shaded the triangle. This is the shaded triangle is a triangle formed by the three lines. The vertices are 3, 4, minus 1, minus 4, 9, minus 4. So you can see this is the first equation. You can directly give some values for x and find the corresponding value for y. What I normally do is I make x or y the subject of the formula. So here I've made y the subject of the formula. Subject of the formula. This is the linear equation in x and y. So I have made y the subject of the formula. So I write the equation like y is equal to with all the terms on the other side. Okay, you can also make x the subject of the formula. So you can write x is equal to and have the remaining terms on the other side. Okay, so after this, we give different values for x and substitute that here and find the corresponding values for y. After making y the subject of the formula, we give different values for x. So we use that value of x and find the corresponding. So supposing x is 1. So 2 into 1, 2, minus 2, 0. So y is 0. So we take different values for x and find the corresponding values for y. So that's what you see here. Putting x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2. You get different y values, and that's what is tabulated here. The xy table. That's what is tabulated here. In the second equation, also I've made y the subject of the formula. This is sometimes, see, it again depends on the teacher. Sometimes teachers give values here itself. They give some value for x and they solve and find the value for y. See, I'll tell you the reason why I do this. That's because you know the when you make y or x the subject of the formula, because when it is graph, there are limitations. Okay, so you cannot do certain things on a graph. So like if you have to plot 10.75, you cannot plot it precisely. But you should be getting the exact answer using the graph. Like if you have to find the vertices of the triangle, you have to get them correctly. You cannot say it's a graph paper, so I've just got them approximately. So what we'll try to, we'll ensure that At least we have whole numbers or integers as plotting values so that we are able to plot them precisely. Now I'll come to the point. So here when you make y the subject of the formula, you know it's by 3. So you can take values for x accordingly so that the numerator is divisible by 3. You can give values for x accordingly so that when you work the numerator, that's divisible by 3. And also, it's enough if you find one value. After that, you can, it's easy to find the remaining values. Now see here, when x is 0, so 4 into 0 is 0, and 24 minus 0 is 24. So 24 by 3, 8. So when x is 0, you're getting an exact value for y. So x is 0, right? Now don't try 1 or 2. Go to 3 directly. Why? Because the denominator is 3, right? So you skip count in threes. Like after 0, 1, 2, 3. Try 3. With 3, you will get an exact value for y. Then after 3, try 6. After getting the first value, see the first value can be anything. See the first value could have been minus 2 also. Okay. So supposing minus 2 worked. Okay. Supposing by putting x as minus 2, okay, let's see if we get. So when you take x as minus 2, what happens? Minus into minus plus 4 2s are 8. 24 plus 8. What is 24 plus 8? 32. No, it's not divisible. Okay. So we'll just assume that minus 2 gives an exact value for y. So now the next value, you'll just have to skip count in threes. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1. Take this value. Then this side, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Take this value. Keep jumping in threes. After finding the first value for x that gives an exact value for y, it's easy to get the other values by just skip counting using the denominator. Just skip count in threes. So you identify the first value, minus 2. With minus 2, you're getting an exact value for. When you take x as minus 2, you're getting an exact value for y. So minus 2, right? Then count in threes on the left side. So 1, 2, 3. Next value 1. When x is 1, you'll get an exact value for y. This side 1, 2, 3. When you take x as minus 5, you'll get an exact value for y. That's why we write, we make x or y the subject of the formula. So in this case, what is that? We got 0, 0. Then after 0, 1 and 2, you don't try. Next value is 3. Minus 1, minus 2, you don't try. The next value is minus 3. Then you can try with minus 6. Then you can try with 4, 5, 6, you can try. You got the first value for x, 0. Then the denominator is 3, right? So you jump in threes. 1, 2, 3. X is 3. Then 1, 2, 3. X is 6. Will work. On this side, you try minus 3. It will work. When it's minus 3, minus into minus plus, 4 3s are 12. 24 plus 12 is 36. 36 by 3. 36 by 3 is 12. But then after minus 3, you should try minus 6. Minus 4, minus 5 will not give you whole numbers or integers. With these values, you may get fractions, which is difficult to plot. That's why we make x or y the subject of the formula. So supposing the denominator is 7. So we'll jump in sevens. Like supposing the first value, is 0. After identifying the first value for x, which gives an exact value for y, after identifying that, you'll have to jump in sevens. After 0, don't try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All that will not give you an exact value for y. The next number will be 7, then 14, then 21. On this side, minus 7, minus 14, and so on. So give different values for x and find the corresponding value for y. Tabulate x and y values like this. And the third equation is y plus 4 is equal to 0. That means y is equal to minus 4. For this one, there is no working. It means y is always minus 4 for any value of x. This is last year. This is of 9th standard. So that's all I can tell you now. When you have this equation y is equal to -4, y is always -4 for any value of x. Any value of x. You can give any three values for x. Don't give the same values like -3, -3, -3. You should give different values for x. But you can give any value. Similarly, if it is x is equal to -4, that means x is always -4. X is equal to -4 means x is always -4 for any value of y, like 0, 1, 10, for any value of y. So after making the xy tables for the three equations, you'll have to plot the points carefully. So now see the table, we have only integer values. So it's easy to plot. You can plot them precisely because we have only integer values. So you'll have to plot the points. When you don't plot all the 9 points and then try to join. You may not join the relevant points. Okay, so don't plot all the 9 points. Plot these 3 points, connect the 3 points by a line. Then plot these 3 points, connect the 3 points by a line. Then plot these 3 points, connect by a line, and you will see the graph like this. And the shaded region is the region bounded by the 3 lines. And these are the vertices of the triangle formed. Okay. All right. All of you have access to a phone. I'll just share a question paper on WhatsApp. We'll solve that. Just give me a minute. Yeah, okay. I put it. I put the image in my presentation itself. I've shared my screen again. Visible, children? Yeah, we'll start working this. See the first question. A boat goes 12 kilometers upstream and 40 kilometers downstream in 8 hours. These boat questions are done in your school. Let me know if something is deleted. Just let me know, children, because I told you there's no uniformity at all. Some schools do it while others are not. So just stop me if I'm doing something which is not a part of your syllabus. A boat goes 12 kilometers upstream and 40 kilometers downstream in 8 hours. It can go 16 kilometers upstream and 32 kilometers downstream in the same time. Find the speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the stream. How many of you already seen a question like this in school? Raise your hand. No, I'll be explaining. I just want to know if. Okay, what about the others? Okay, so in quadratic equation. So then very likely that it is in linear equations also. Okay. Okay. All right. So what do we mean by upstream and downstream? What is rowing the boat upstream and downstream? So see here, we'll start like this. Let the speed of the boat in still water be x kilometers per hour. Let the speed of the water or the current or the stream, let the speed of the current, or you can call it stream, okay, be y kilometers per hour. Be y kilometers per hour. Let the speed of the boat in still water, that means speed of the boat alone without the influence of the speed of the water, be x kilometer per hour, and the speed of the water be y kilometers per hour. So now when you row your boat in the river, so your boat has a speed of say 5 kilometers per hour, and water also flows at the rate of 1 kilometer per hour. So if the water flows in this direction and you're also rowing your boat in the same direction, say water in the river, water flows in a particular direction, right? So say the water is flowing in this direction and you're also rowing your boat in the same direction. You're rowing your boat in the direction of the flowing water. That means you're rowing your boat downstream. If you're rowing your boat in the direction opposite to that of the flowing water, so water is flowing in this direction, but you're going in this direction. So you are rowing your boat opposing the speed of the water. You're not going along with the speed of the water. You're going in the direction opposite to that of the flowing water. That is upstream. Upstream, downstream does not mean that downstream is not falling down from a waterfall or something like that, and upstream is not going up like this. You cannot row your boat like this, right? Because of the gravity, you cannot row like that. So it's not that. Upstream, downstream. Downstream is rowing the boat in the same direction as that of the flowing water. Upstream means rowing your boat in the direction opposite to that of the flowing water. Water flows in one direction, you are rowing your boat in the opposite direction. That is upstream. So water has a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. Your boat water speed of water 1 kilometer per hour, boat 5 kilometers per hour. If you're going along with the water downstream, 5 plus 1, 6 kilometers per hour will be the speed of your boat. The net speed of your boat will be 5 plus 1. You are also taking effort. Water is also helping you because you're going with the water, no, in the same direction. So your net speed will be 5 plus 1, 6 kilometers per hour. But if you're rowing your boat in the opposite direction, upstream, then your net speed will reduce. It will be 5 minus 1, 4 kilometers per hour. Because you're trying your best to go at 5, but the water is pushing you back, right? The water is flowing at the rate of 1 kilometer per hour, and you're going in the opposite direction. Water is flowing like this, you're rowing like this. So you're rowing your boat at 5 kilometers per hour, but water is flowing like this at 1 kilometer per hour. So your net speed will be 5 minus 1, 4 kilometers per hour. So speed of the boat upstream is equal to speed of boat minus speed of water. Minus speed of water. So it will be x minus y kilometers per hour. Speed of the boat downstream is equal to speed of boat plus speed of water. So that is x plus y. Boat is x, water is y, x plus y kilometers per hour. These are the four assumptions you need to make before you actually construct the equations. So let the speed of the boat alone be x kilometer per hour, water alone be y kilometers per hour, downstream x plus y, upstream x minus y. Now, the boat goes 12 kilometers upstream and 40 kilometers downstream in 8 hours. Okay. Time taken to go 12 kilometers upstream plus the time taken to go 40 kilometers downstream is equal to 8 hours. We know that speed is distance by time. We know that speed is distance by time. And so time is distance by speed. Time is distance by speed. So what's a distance? So the time is distance by speed. Time is distance by speed. So let's substitute. What's the distance? 12 kilometers. What's the speed upstream? X minus y. Plus. Why we are adding? Because 8 hours is the total time. What are the 8 hours? It's a total time. It's a total time needed to go 12 kilometers and 40 kilometers. Total time. So we are adding the two time taken. Okay. So distance by speed plus distance here 40 kilometers by speed downstream x plus y is equal to 8 hours. So this is the first equation. Case and we'll do the assumptions later. Case 2. 16 kilometers time taken to go 16 kilometers upstream. Plus time taken to go 32 kilometers downstream. Is equal to, is given same time. Same time means it takes 8 hours. Same time. So that means it takes 8 hours. Now tell me, what will be the, how will you construct the equation? What is distance, time, distance by speed. Time, distance by speed. What's the distance here? What's the distance here? Why no answer?
16.
Am I audible? 16. What's the speed? Upstream? What's the speed upstream?
X minus
y. Plus, what's the speed again? Sorry, distance?
32.
And speed?
X plus y. X plus y.
Yeah, is equal to 8. Now, whenever you have the variables in the denominator, whenever you have the, see, this can, I'll just continue here. So this implies 12 into, let's write it on the next slide. So 12 by x plus y. See, when you write to, you continue here itself, children, so that it's, or shall I write it here if you won't get confused? Shall I continue here? So it'll be 12 into 1 by x minus y plus 40 into 1 by x plus y is equal to 8. So let 1 by x minus y, let 1 by x minus y be a, and 1 by x plus y be b. So what's the equation? 12a plus 40b is equal to 8. Divide by 4 throughout. 3a plus 10b is equal to 2 is the first equation. 12 by x minus y is nothing but 12 into 1 by x minus y. And 40 by x plus y is nothing but 40 into 1 by x plus y. So whenever you have the variables x and y in the denominator, we need to go with an assumption like this. Let 1 by x minus 1, sorry, let 1 by x minus y be a, any letter other than x or y. And let 1 by x plus y be b. Now rewrite the equation using a and b. So 12a plus 40b is equal to 8. We have 4 common throughout. So 3a plus 10b is equal to 2. This is the first equation. In the same way, I'll just write here. 16 into 1 by x minus y plus 32 into 1 by x plus y is equal to 8. So 16a plus 32b is equal to 8. 8 is common throughout. Divide by 8 throughout. So 2a plus 4b is equal to 1. This is the second equation. Now we'll have to solve these two equations and find the values of a and b. 3a plus 10b is 2. And 2a plus 4b is 1. So what do we have to do? Multiply this equation with 2. This one by 3. So we have 6a plus 20b is equal to 4. 6a plus 12b is equal to 3. Change the signs throughout in the second equation. Cancels. 8b is equal to 1. b is equal to 1 by 8. But who is b? b is 1 by x plus y. So b is 1 by x plus y. 1 by x plus y is equal to 1 by 8. On cross multiplying or on taking reciprocals on both the sides, x plus y is equal to 8 is equation 3. Okay. Now substitute P is equal to 1 by 8 in whichever equation, say in 2a plus 4b is equal to 1. So you get 2a plus 4 into 1 by 8 is equal to 1. 4 ones are 4 twos are. So 2a is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2. 2a is equal to 1 by 2. A is equal to 1 by 2 into 2. 1 by 4. But who's A? A is 1 by x minus y. That is 1 by 4. When you cross multiply, you get x minus y is equal to 4. This is the fourth equation. Now we'll have to solve equations 3 and 4. X plus y is equal to 8. X minus y is equal to 4. So 2x is equal to 12. X is equal to 6. On substituting, okay, x plus y is equal to 8. 6 plus y is equal to 8. Y is equal to 2. So the speed of the boat in still water is 6 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the water is 2 kilometers per hour. Take down the question. Taken the question. Children, I've shared the images on WhatsApp. Shall we just discuss the other questions? Will you complete your notes later? Because it's maybe time consuming, no? Each of you will be writing at a different pace. I'll just go to the next one. I've shared the image. Any clarifications, questions with respect to this answer? No, ma'am. Okay. I will see the second one. A man can row. Okay, it's here. A man can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours and upstream 4 kilometers in 2 hours. Find the speed of rowing in still water. Also find the speed of the current, meaning water. Current, water, stream, all represent the water in the river. A man can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours and upstream 4 kilometers in 2 hours. Find the speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So the same assumptions, children, I'm not writing them again. Yeah. So same assumptions for the second one, but the information is time taken to go 20 kilometers downstream is equal to 2 hours. The time taken to go 20 kilometers downstream is 2 hours. So time we know is distance by speed. What is time? Distance by speed. So this is distance by speed. Okay, so what's the distance? 20 kilometers. What's the speed downstream? X plus y is equal to 2. See, here we have time. No, what is time? Distance by speed. So 20 is a distance and speed is x plus y is equal to 2. So you can cancel 2 ones are 2 tens are. So the equation is x plus y is equal to 10. On cross multiplying, x plus y is equal to 10. Time taken to go 4 kilometers upstream. Time taken to go 4 kilometers upstream. 4 kilometers upstream is equal to 2 hours. That also 2 hours. Okay. So time is distance by speed. Distance is 4 kilometers. By speed is x minus y upstream is equal to 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. On cross multiplying, we have x minus y is equal to 2. Now, when you solve these two equations, plus y minus y gets cancelled. So you'll have 2x is equal to 12, correct? When you solve the two equations, x plus y is equal to 10, x minus y is equal to 2. And when you substitute in x minus y is equal to 2, when you put x as 6, 6 minus y is equal to 2, minus y is equal to minus 4, y is equal to 4. So that means the speed of the boat is 6 kilometers per hour and the speed of the current or water or stream is 4 kilometers per hour. You'll have to write that. You should not leave your answer with x and y like this because it's a word problem. You need to write your answer in statements. So speed of boat is 6 kilometers per hour and water is 4 kilometers per hour. The same assumptions for the second one. The difference between the first and second one is that in the first one, the time taken was given for going upstream and coming downstream. Some distance upstream plus some distance downstream is 8 hours. And then the next information again, some distance upstream plus some distance downstream is equal to 8 hours. So there the equation construction was slightly different. Time taken to go upstream plus time taken to go downstream is equal to 8. So here you had to assume let 1 by x plus y, 1 by x minus y and all that. Here is only one thing. It's not two things put together. Time taken to go 20 kilometers downstream is 2 hours. Only one thing is happening. 20 kilometers downstream is 2 hours. So time is distance by speed. Distance is 20. Speed downstream is x plus y is equal to 2. So similarly, the next one, solve. I told you leave the answer as a statement. Speed of boat 6 kilometers per hour, water 4 kilometers per hour. Work the sixth one, all of you. Do the sixth one and let me know the answer. Yeah, how will you construct the equations? Yeah, tell me children, sixth one, how will you construct the equations? What is the property of a cyclic quadrilateral that you will use to construct the equations?
Ma'am, sum of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is 180.
Correct. Very good, Bhavishya. So you need to use this property. In a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. In a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 180. Angle B plus angle D is equal to 180. Work the sixth one. Tell me the values of x and y. You should not only find x and y, you should also find the four angles. After getting the values of x and y, you must use them in the expressions and find the angles. Yeah, do this one. Properties in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. That means angle A plus angle C is equal to 180. 2x plus 4 plus 2y plus 10 is equal to 180. B plus D is 180. Y plus 3 plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 180. Find the angles. Done, children? On the angles?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What are the angles?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
angle A
angle
equals 70.
What are the values of x and y?
X is
Ma'am, X
33
33.
and Y is
Y
50.
50.
30 and 50, yeah?
X is 33 and Y is 50, ma'am.
33 and 50. Okay. Let me try to work it quickly. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 180. Angle A is 2x plus 4 plus 2y plus 10 is equal to 180. So 2x plus 2y is equal to 180 minus 14. Dividing by 2 throughout, x plus y is equal to 83. Is my equation right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. B plus D is 180. B is y plus 3 plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 180. So 4x plus 5 is equal to 180 plus 2. 4x plus 5 is equal to 182. Is this correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Minus 3x is equal to minus 99. X is equal to 33. Correct. And on substituting, x plus y is equal to 83. 33 plus y is equal to 83. Yeah, y is 50. After this, you should find the angles, children. So what is angle A? Angle A is 2x plus 4. So that is 2 into 33 plus 4. So 66 plus 4, 70 degrees. So you should, like this, find the others. Tell me B, C, and D.
Ma'am, B 53.
Okay, angle B is 53. Then C.
110.
110.
Okay, D.
127.
127. All of you got this?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Look at this question. On selling a TV at 5% gain, sorry. On selling a TV at 5% gain and a fridge at 10% gain, a shopkeeper gains rupees 3,250. Only the gain portion, he gains 3,250. 3,250 is not the cost price, is not the selling price, is the profit person, is the profit. But if he sells the TV at 10% gain and fridge at 5% loss, he gains. The profit margin is 1,500. Find the actual cost of the TV and that of the fridge. So see here. So the two commodities here are TV and fridge. Let the CPU of the TV be X rupees and fridge be Y rupees. What's the gain on selling the television? The gain on selling the television is 5%. The gain on selling the television is 5%. So gain on selling the TV is 5% of the CPU of the TV. 5% of what? Always the percentage, the profit or loss percentage is applied on the cost price, not on the selling price. In the question, the profit percentage or loss percentage is applied on the cost price, not the selling price. Okay, so the gain on selling the television, the profit you make on selling the television is 5%. 5% of the cost price. So 5% means 5 by 100, off means into, and CPU of the TV is X. And when you cancel, 5 ones are 520 times X by 20. The gain on selling the television is X by 20. Gain on selling the fridge is 10%. So gain on selling the fridge is 10% of the CPU of the fridge. So 10% means 10 by 100, off means multiplication, CPU of the fridge is Y. So cancel Y by 10. Y by 10. This is the gain on selling the television. This is the gain on selling the fridge. What's the total gain? A shopkeeper gains 3250. The total gain, the two gains put together. So that means X by 20 plus Y by 10 is 3250. Case 2 is, so this case 1, this information is worked in case 1. Okay, this worked in case 1. Now case 2. TV at if he sells the TV at 10% gain. So gain on selling the TV is 10% of the CPU of the TV. So 10 by 100 into it. 10% is 10 by 100. Off is into, and CPU of the TV is X. So X by 10 is the gain. And the fridge at 5% loss. The loss on selling the fridge is 5% of the CPU of the fridge. Both profit and loss percentage should be applied on the CP. So the loss on selling the fridge is 5% of the CP of the fridge. 5% is 5 by 100, off is into, and CP of the fridge is Y. CP of the fridge is Y. So 5 ones are 520 times Y by 20. Now, how do you handle if it's a loss? So supposing you have gained 50 rupees from 1 and you're losing, you have lost 10%, sorry, not percent. If you have gained 50 rupees from 1 and if you have lost 10 rupees on the other, what's your net profit? 50 minus 10, 40. You gain 50 on 1 and you lose 10 on the other. So your net profit is 50 minus 10, 40. But if you gain 50 from 1 and 10 from another, you gain 50, you gain 10. So total gain is 60. So what is given here? The net gain is 1,500. So that means the profit you make here minus the loss incurred is equal to 1,500. You should not add both. Gain minus loss. You gain X by 10, but you have lost Y by 20. So minus Y by 20 is equal to the net gain of, you have made more profit than the loss you have incurred. So it's a net profit. You have made more profit than the loss you have incurred. So it's a net profit. X by 10 profit minus Y by 20 loss is a net profit of 1,500. So now we have constructed the equations. Now we will have to solve these two equations and find the values of X and Y. So here you have X by 20 plus Y by 10 is 3250. Here you have X by 10 minus y by 20 is equal to 1500. One thing you can do is you can take the LCM. You can take the LCM and proceed. I have not taken the LCM. I just looked at the denominators. This is the first equation. You can see it here, children. You can see it here. This is second equation, right? This is second equation. So I've multiplied this equation by a half, by 1 by 2. So what will happen? X by 10 into 1 by 2 is x by 20. The second equation, not the first equation, only the second equation. This is the first equation. You can see it here. This is the first equation. Second equation, this one, I've multiplied by 1 by 2. So x by 10 into 1 by 2 is x by 20. Y by 20 into 1 by 2. Y by 20 into 1 by 2. Y by 40. Y by 40. 1500 into, see, this is 1500 into 1 by 2. So 750. 750. So we do this so that x can be eliminated. See here, x by 20, x by 20. So you can eliminate x. I've multiplied the second equation by half. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. I have multiplied the second equation by half. This one only. This second equation by 1 by 2. So this also this one becomes x by 20. So you can eliminate x. Change the signs. X is eliminated. Y by 10 plus y by 40. Take the new sign, right? Change the signs throughout. Take the new sign. Y by 10 plus y by 40 is equal to 3250 minus 750. And take the LCM, cross multiply and all that. Y is equal to 20,000. Then substitute the value of y in one of the two equations. Find the value of x. And x is 25,000. I think this we'll just practice now in the class, children. This profit loss, we have not learned much in CBSE. Sometimes schools omit this chapter also. So this sum I want you to work now in the class. Please write the question and work this now. Profit and loss percentage are applied on the cost price, not on the selling price. Please work this. Shall I present the next slide, children? This is over.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Done, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Look at the variation in this question. The earlier question and this question may look similar, but they aren't. The way we construct the equation is completely different here. That's because of the information which is different here. Jamila sold a table and a chair for rupees 1050. Jamila sold a table and chair. Sold meaning selling price. Sold a table and chair for rupees 1050. So the selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair is 1050. It's not only the profit margin here. SP of the table plus the SP of the chair is equal to 1050. And the profit is 10% on the table, 25% on the chair. Okay, profit 10% on table, 25% on chair. Fine. But what is 1050? Is it the profit margin? No. That's the selling price of the table and the chair together. If she had taken a profit of 25% on the table and 10% on the chair, she would have got rupees 1065. On selling the table and chair, if she had made up, if she had taken a profit of 25% on the table and 10% on the chair, then the total money should have got by selling the table and chair would have been 1065. So that's again another SP of table plus SP of chair. Find the cost price of each. So let the CP of the table be X, CP of the chair be Y. Now, how do we find the selling price? How do we find the selling price? Selling price is cost price plus profit or cost price minus loss. Okay. But here I think everywhere it's a profit. Yeah. So selling price of the table is CP of the table plus the profit. So what's the CP of the table? X. How will you find the profit? We saw that no in the earlier question. Profit is whatever percentage of the CP. Profit is whatever percentage on the cost price. So this is the selling, this is the cost price, and profit is see 10% on the table. So 10% of 10% is the profit. So 10% means 10 by 100. Off is into, and the cost price is X. So X plus X by 10, because 0 and 0 gets cancelled. X by 10. So the selling price is, on taking the LCM, 11X by 10. See, this is the profit on table, this is the profit on chair. CP plus profit. CP is X. Profit is that percentage on the cost price. So 10% of the cost price X. 10% means 10 by 100. Off is into and X. So that works to 11X by 10. Now, what's the selling price of the chair? Selling price of the chair. It's the cost price of the chair plus the profit. What's the cost price? See, SP is equal to CP plus profit. SP is equal to CP minus loss. Okay. So CP plus profit. CP chair CP is Y, and profit is 25%. So 25 by 100 into Y. So this is 1s are 4s are. So Y plus Y by 4. LCM 5Y by 4. Now we found the selling price of the table, selling price of the chair. Selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair is equal to 1050, which means 11X by 10 plus 5Y by 4 is equal to 1050. Take the common denominator, LCM, cross multiply, and this is the equation you have. In the same way, work the second one. The second case. And then we'll see how to solve the two equations to find the values of X and Y. Construct the equations, children. Work till here and let me know. We'll solve the equations together. Please write the question and work till here and let me know. I'm right here. I'll just turn off my video, but I'm right here. So the difference between the earlier question and this question is that here only the profit is given. 3250 is only the profit on selling. See, you have to sell to make profit or loss, you have to sell. But this number, does it represent selling price or the profit margin? On selling a TV at 5% gain and fridge at 10% gain, a shopkeeper gains 3250. So this is only the gain portion. This also is only the gain portion. So how do we find gain? The percentage should be applied on the cost price. So if it is 5%, it's 5% of the cost price. So 5% gain on TV is this, 10% gain on fridge is this, and both put together. The profit on selling the television plus the profit on selling the fridge is equal to 3250. So that's the equation here. Profit on TV, profit on fridge is equal to the total profit. But in this question, Jamila sold a table and a chair for rupees 1050. She sold a table and chair for this much. That means the selling price of the table plus the selling price of the chair is 1050. And how do we find selling price? It's cost price plus profit. So if cost price is X and the profit is 5%, it means it's 5% of X. Percentage, 5% of the cost price. 5% means 5 by 100, off is into X, X plus. Then this is X by 20, and you should take the LCM and work the selling price. Done, children? Okay. So after getting the two equations, this is the first equation, this is the second equation. When you observe the two equations, you see that the coefficients of X and Y, they are exchanged. See, this is the first equation, which you can see here. And this is the second equation here. Okay. So these are the two equations. Look at the two equations. In the first equation, the coefficient of X is 22. And in the second equation, the coefficient of Y is 22. So in the two equations, the coefficients of X and Y are exchanged. Same with Y, you can check here. See here. Coefficient of Y in the first equation, 25. Coefficient of X in the second equation, 25. So the coefficients are exchanged. The signs can be different. It can be plus 22 and minus 22. They can have both negative signs, both positive, or one positive, one negative. Signs don't matter. Okay. Only the absolute value, that numerical part, without considering the sign. So when the equations are like this, you know, we have a different way of working. We call it the special method. So we add the two equations. See, these are the two equations, right? We'll add the two equations. So when you add the two equations, you get 47x, 47y is equal to 42, 300. And the 47 is common. They got 47 common. And then it comes for division. And so you see, you get a simpler equation in x and y. X plus y is equal to 900. Now write the same two equations and subtract the two equations. That is, change the signs throughout in the second equation. So that gives you minus 3x plus 3y is minus 300. Taking out minus 3 common. Or you can even change the signs throughout. 3x minus 3y is equal to 300. 3x minus 3x becomes plus 3x plus 3y minus 3y minus 300 plus 300. You can also do that and then take out 3 common. So 3 into x minus y is equal to 300. 3 common. 3 into x minus y is equal to 300. So x minus y is equal to 100. 300 by 300. Now solve these two equations. Now we've called them equations 3 and 4. Now solve these two. They're simpler. See, here also we got equations in x and y. But you can see the numbers are quite large. But here you see, when we add the two equations and subtract the two equations, you get simpler equations. X plus y is 900, x minus y is 100. The numbers become simpler. Now solve these two equations, 3 and 4, to find the values of x and y. Yeah, continue working, children. Finish working, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So this method you can adopt. Adding the two equations, subtracting the two equations, you can do only when the coefficients of x and y are exchanged. 22, 22, 25, 25. The constants can be anything. The constants can be any two numbers. It's only about the coefficients of x and y. What's the formula to find the simple interest? Principal into rate into time by 100. Or PTR by 100. PNR by 100. Principal into time into rate by 100. Or principal into number of years into rate by 100. A man invested an amount at 12% simple interest and another amount at 10% simple interest. So he has money and he's kept it in two parts. One part he's investing at 12% simple interest and another part, not two equal parts. So like say he has 50,000, maybe he's investing 40,000 at 12% and the remaining 10,000 at 10%, like that. So a man invested an amount of, a man invested an amount at 12% per annum simple interest and another amount at 10% per annum simple interest. He received an annual interest, that is yearly simple interest. Annual interest meaning yearly simple interest of rupees 2,600. But if he had interchanged the amounts invested, he would have received rupees 140 less. That is a simple interest received. He would have received would have been 140 rupees less. What amounts did he invest at the different rates? Yeah. So let the amount invested at 12% simple interest be X and 10% simple interest be Y. Okay, so there is one bank that gives 12% interest, another that gives 10% interest. So he's investing, say, X at 12% and Y at 10%. Okay. Now we have to calculate the annual interest. Annual means the time is 1 year. Annual interest means the time is 1 year. Rate we know 12%, 10%. And amount also, that is the principal we know, X and Y. Principal amounts we know X and Y. Time is 1 year because annual interest and rate of interest 12%, 10%. So what has he done? He's invested X rupees at 12% and Y rupees at 10%. So what will be the annual interest here? PTR by 100. Principal X into time 1 year into rate 12% by 100. And here principal Y time 1 year rate 10%. So principal time rate by 100. Principal time rate by 100. So when you take time as 1 year, it is the annual interest. See, simple interest we call it, no? Simple interest, that's what it is. Simple interest and it's the yearly interest. Because we have taken the time as 1 year. Because the yearly interest is given here, annual interest is given. Now, what's the total annual interest? 2,600. That means the interest on X plus the interest on Y is equal to 2,600. When you exchange the amounts, how are you investing? You are investing 12% Y rupees and 10% X rupees. When you exchange, you are investing Y at 12% and X at 10%. So what will be the interest on X? X is the principal, time is 1 year, and rate is 10%. Principal, time, rate by 100. And the other one, principal, is y, time is 1 year, and rate is 12% by 100. Principal, time, rate by 100. When you work that, you get 12y by 100. Now the total interest is not for 140 rupees. It's 140 rupees less. It's not 140 rupees. It's 140 rupees less. So what is the interest here? 2,600. If he does this kind of investment, he will get 140 rupees less. So minus 140. So he'll get only 2,460 rupees. This is the annual interest. This is the annual interest, not just 140 rupees, 140 rupees less. So in the first case, he's getting 2,600, right? So if he invests like this, in this manner, he'll get 140 rupees less. That will be 2,600 minus 140, which is 2,460. So again, this annual interest plus this annual interest is equal to 2,460. So take the LCM and work this. You get 5x plus 6y is equal to 1,23,000. Now you see that, look at the two equations. This is one equation, 6x plus 5y is equal to 1,30,000. And the other equation is 5x plus 6y is equal to 1,23,000. Now clearly the coefficients are exchanged. The coefficients are exchanged. We have just constructed the equations for the first and second one. The total interest is given, annual interest, total interest. So we should find the interest on both the investments. Interest on X rupees, interest on Y rupees. And the two interests put together, so we should add the two interests, is equal to 2,600. And in the second one, again, the two interests put together is 2,460. So these are the two equations we get. And what do you observe? The coefficients are exchanged. See here 6x, 6y, 5x, 5y. The coefficients are exchanged. So we'll solve the equations using the special method. We'll add the two equations. We'll subtract the two equations. On adding, we get this. You can take out 11 common, and then the 11 comes for division. This is the third equation. When you subtract, you get x minus y is equal to 7,000. Now solve this equation 3 and equation 4. Write them one below the other. Y gets cancelled. So you're able to get the value of x. And when you substitute, you get the value of y. So x is the money invested at 12% per annum. And y is the money invested at 10% per annum. You have to work this very carefully. Understood, children? Okay, class use emoji. Okay, good. Use emoji, raise your hand, children. Swati, Blessing, Aniruddhan, Harip now, Aragamai, Akshada, Mritsa, Niveda, Anugraha, Jayvarshini, Pratish, Krishna Priyan, Harip now, Srivatsan, Krishna Priyan, Kamalika, Sabarna Sadhana, okay. Arjun. Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, children, I've shared all the images on WhatsApp. Make sure you go through the answers and complete them in your classwork notebook. All right. It's time for today's session. The time is up, I meant. Okay, so we need to wind up today's session. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night. You may leave the call.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.